Okay, well, welcome to the Miles High Club. I wanted to put this out right before you listen to the rest of the video. This video was made before the Micah Parsons trade. So I didn't realize the Cowboys were going to be that stupid to send Micah Parsons to the Packers. So my forecasting for both teams are a little off. For the Cowboys, I don't have them in the playoffs anymore. So I have the Commanders in the playoffs. And all the nice things I said about the Cowboys offense is still true, but everything that I said that they're not going to be stupid enough to not pick up his contract, Micah Parsons. My bad. I forgot Jerry Jones has an ego and he's an idiot. But just want to put that disclaimer out there first. And then the Packers, I still have them finishing where I have them finishing. You're going to have to watch the rest of the video. But I also said in the Packers video that they don't have a star. They now have a star. So go Pack, go. It does change my seeding, but I do have the Commanders going to the playoffs, like I said, over the Cowboys. Cowboys will be third, but I do have to put that disclaimer out there. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the rest of the video. It's a good one. Love you guys. Miles High Club. Tune in. Welcome back to another edition of the Miles High Club. We are live. I'm super excited to be here. We are under a week for football to be back. We're going to be predicting the division winners this week. We did fantasy football. Now we're picking the divisions, and I'm going to be giving the rankings from 4 to 1, and I'm also going to tell you who's in the playoffs. I know if you watch First Things First, they call it predictions week on theirs. I call it money's forecasting. So welcome to another edition. Before we get into it, we got to pay the bills. So bills will be paid. Today we're going to be talking about, like I said yesterday, we're going to be doing other products other than the Game Face wipes. So here we are with the shower mist. This thing is great. If you're feeling sick, if you just want to upstart in your day, the shower mist is amazing just because the eucalyptus smell is really great for the opening up the pores and stuff like that. You spray a little bit on the wall, spray it through it in the water. It's very strong. I'm telling you, it's going to open you up. It's a good time. I'm telling you. Go to Game Face Groom and hit me up for the promo code. I'm thinking about just putting the promo code up on the video and just let you order stuff. Go do it. But let's get into it. We're going to be doing the AFC East and the NFC East today. So because obviously I'm not a big Eagles fan. So you're going to realize that if you're new to the show, not an Eagles fan, and it's not you, it's me. So that's how I feel. So let's get into it. We're going to do the AFC East first. A lot of people are believing in this team. We're going to be 4 to 1, by the way. A lot of people believe in this team, and I just don't. I'm not a fan of them. I think they're going to be better, and I think this is going to be the bottom 3 teams in this for the AFC East are going to be battling. It's going to be a lot of battling, but I do believe the Patriots will be the fourth team. I think they're going to have a good I think they're going to be 7-10 or 6-11. I think they're going to have an okay year. They're going to win games that are like, fuck, we lost to the Patriots. Like when you look at the end of the year, it's like, dang, they're going to hurt some people's feelings just because I think their defense is going to be really good. I just Drake May is just not. I personally just don't love him. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Drake May at the moment. I don't know why I was a big fan of him coming out of college, but for some reason, I just not in it. And Stephon Diggs, he's something, I guess, but I just don't. I don't believe in it. I think the run game is going to have some struggles. Personally, I do. So yeah, I think the Patriots at 4th. Another one's I think it's gonna shock people, but not shock people, but oh well, they're not that good either. So the Jets, I like the Jets. I think the culture is, again, they got a new coach too. They got a different quarterback. I think it's Justin Fields' year. We just talked about fantasy football yesterday, but he's gonna run the ball a lot. He's gonna have a lot of runs, and I think Braylon Allen and Breece Hall, they're going to be a great tandem this year. And Garrett Wilson is no slouch. I know the big thing about is the Justin Fields can't throw the ball very well. What Justin Fields can do is make people have one-on-ones because of his running ability. Because you have to spy on him. He's going. I have 1,000 yards rushing for Justin Fields, over 1,000. Take it to bet. I'm telling you, Jets at 3. Number 2. It's not the Bills. It's the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins. I think a lot of people are talking about the Dolphins like they're not going to be good. Like the games when Tua played, they had a winning record. So it's like, obviously, I'm banking all this in Tua's health, and like I just don't see why they would be bad. I mean, they have Achane, they have Jalen Waddle, they have Tyreek Hill, like, and they just got Micah Fitzpatrick back. They have Bradley Chubb, they have Jalen Phillips, like. Hey, don't sleep on the Dolphins. I like the Dolphins. Again, my mom and dad were Dolphins fans growing up, so I was kind of a Dolphins fan growing up. So like, I have a slight bias towards them, but like, I just had a lot of players, and they're still on the team. And Mike McDaniel he's a good solid offensive coach. So like, I like their team. I like their team a lot. And last but not least, it's the Bills. There's not much to be said here. I mean, they're going to be on the top of the division. I think it's going to be the 6th straight year after this year. I'm not sure how I see a team taking over the Bills spot personally, but that's what I believe. I think the Bills are going to be. And for this division, I'm only going to have one team make the playoffs here, and it's going to be the Bills. Obviously, division winner. I think the Bills might get the 1 seed just because of the division that they're in. I just think they're so much better than the other teams. But, like, don't slouch on the Dolphins being 9-8. Don't slouch on the Jets being 8-9, 7-10, and then the Patriots 7-10, 6-11, maybe even 5-12. I don't know, but that's how I feel about the AFC East. Bills win it. Only team in the playoffs from that division. Next division, NFC East. There's a lot of fans out there. Hold on, quick drink of the Miller Latte. A lot of fans from this division. There's a lot of people, especially in the area that I live in. A lot of fans in this area, and I like both teams. I like all 4 teams just because I think the NFC East has always been they've always played each other tough, and they remind me. Obviously, I think the NFC East and then the AFC North. Like, these teams hate each other. When you talk about fans, when you talk about players, like growing, like these franchises they don't like each other. So they're always tough games to play. So number 4 here, I want them higher. I do. I really do. I just think the division that they're in is just tough. It's going to be a tough, but I think their defense is going to win them a lot of games because of the defensive line. And if you know what I'm talking about, the New York Giants. And they're going through the Russell Wilson experience. I think they should start Russell Wilson for the whole year. Patrick Mahomes sat for an entire year behind Alex Smith and was great. He was great for it. I think he's grateful for it. I think he'll tell you himself as a Broncos fan. I think he'll tell you that year behind Alex Smith was great for him. And he came in the last week of the year and beat the Broncos, which was so sad. And that started that 15-game streak, which was absolutely disgusting. I'm so happy that we beat them with Sean Payton. Whenever with this guy being hurt, but not talking about the NFC East here. But yeah, I do think the Giants are going to be good. I really think the defensive line is going to win. The defensive line itself is just going to win them, I think, at least 4 games. Just the defensive line. That's it. And I like what is this? Cam Scatabo and what's his face? Tyron Tracy, I think is his name. And Russell Wilson's going to throw moonballs to Jalen Hyde and Malik Neighbors. I'm not too sure why. I can't not believe in them. Like I 6 wins. I think they might get 6 wins. And they're probably going to beat they're probably going to beat 3 of the players and 3 of the teams in the division. And they're going to be like, all those other division teams are going to be like, shoot, we lost, whatever. We lost to the Giants. But I just don't. The Giants are in 2 to 3 years, Giants are going to be winning the division. Hear me out. 2027, 2028 year. Yeah, 2027, 2028 year. It's the Giants might win the division, but it's a couple years away. But I like the Giants this year. I think they're going to win games. They're going to surprise you. Next, and I think it's going to get a lot of flack here. We're going to get a lot of flack here. Obviously, as a guy that likes Bo Nix, who's competing against a guy that won Rookie of the Year, and we would be talking about Bo Nix if this guy didn't actually ever play football in the NFL, which would be great. But Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, they won. I think it was eight one-score games. I'm not saying that they're the Giants of, I think it was 2021 or 2022 when Daniel Jones got his paid, but they also won a lot of one-score games. The Vikings that 1 year with Kirk Cousins, they also won. They come back the next season. They're not saying that they're going to be bad. They're probably going to have a winning record. I don't doubt that at all. Like, they might have a winning record, but I do think the Commanders are going to be third in the division. It's going to be third in the division. I really do. And that's all I got to say. I think they're going to be good. It's just a one-score game that's got me scared. Just think about that. Hail Mary didn't happen. The confidence level of your team goes crazy when you're winning these games. I don't know. I personally don't like how the offseason went with the Terry McLaurin thing. Even though they did sign him, I just don't like that idea. And I think Deebo Samuel's going to be good too, but I like the Commanders at the number 3 spot. Number 2, I know you're obvious people are going to say, oh, he's an Eagles hater, so he's not going to give him the winning. But not a thing. I'm giving it to the Cowboys, number 2. Cowboys, number 2. And this is the first team in the NFC that I have going to the playoffs for this week of Money's forecasting. I do think the Cowboys are going to make the playoffs, and I see them going 10-7 probably. Probably be 7. Well, in the NFC, probably might even sneak into a 6 seed at the 10-7. So I really do like the Cowboys here, getting into the playoffs, being the second seed in the NFC East, and then the first time because you know why? Because of the offense. The offense is going to be insane. We already know about the Micah Parsons things. Jerry Jones just wants a show. We don't care about that. Micah Parsons is going to play for the Cowboys. I just believe that. So, just saying. And then number 1, they're going to win it again. The Eagles are just going to be. They're just too good. I hate. Almost threw up saying that. I hate saying that, but the Eagles are going to be good again. They're not winning the Super Bowl. Mark my word, not winning the Super Bowl. I just don't think so. I think we're going to see a team that's, because of all the flack that Jalen got. You see, I'm allergic to bull. I see. I'm out here saying good things about the Eagles. It's got me thinking I can't talk like this. Jesus Christ. But I do think the Eagles are going to win. I think the Eagles are going to rely on Jalen Hurts a little bit more this year. And my take of all last year, I kept saying it, even though they didn't win Super Bowl, Saquon Barkley carried them there. And I just don't think relying on Jalen Hurts is going to get them a Super Bowl. And they need I know because of the Jalen Hurts flack, like the talk about him not being a top 10 quarterback. I'm one of them people. I'm just saying, I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback. Like, if I can pick 10 quarterbacks that insert into the Eagles that I think, with the Saquon Barkley behind them that had last year, I just don't see how they don't win the Super Bowl. Like, I hate to say it, the defense is insane, but that's enough. That is the AFC East and the NFC East. Hope you guys enjoyed that. The Miles High Club. We'll be back tomorrow for the next divisions. I think we're going to be doing the Souths, AFC South, and the NFC South. So, drink your Miller lattes, stay golden. Miles High out.